What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this episode, or welcome to, rather, this episode of Chewin the Rag. If you are familiar with us, welcome back to Chewin the Rag. Before we get started, as always, I just want to give a quick shout out to Dubby. If you are looking for jitter-free clean energy, go to dubby.gg, fill your cart, and use promo code Chewin, CHEWIN, at checkout for 10% off your order. They have this cool hat. I just got myself a tub of, I think, the Palm Bomb. It's like a pomegranate energy. I'm looking forward to having that. That should be here tomorrow. I've got dog hair on this hat that I'm talking about, but that's okay. W.GG, promo code Chewin at checkout for 10% off your order. And while you are browsing on the web, if you would go to chewintherag.com, we've got merch. All our platform links are there. All the social media is there. Wherever you do listen, please make sure to like, rate, subscribe, and follow. It helps me out a lot. Subscribers are going up on YouTube, which is great, but Spotify seems a little stagnant. So if we could just make sure we're not just listening, but subscribing to your boy, I would appreciate it. All right. Literally right when I was about to record, two of my very annoying friends sent me a message asking me which 4 people I hate the most. And I told them I'm about to record, so I'll answer on the pod if you answer your phone and ask me there. So I'm going to call these clowns and go from there. Let's see. This is very stupid, but whatever. We'll fill time. I like to answer people's questions on the pod anyway, so it helps. All right, fix whatever that noise is. You know what I want. I want to monetize this conversation. Oh, that's pretty much just milk, not coffee. You know what I want? I want to monetize this question. I don't answer questions for free, and I'm recording, so I could use this clip to, circulate.
Oh, so it's about what you want and what you could use for your own personal gain.
No, it's about my son's Christmas presents. If I can make a couple bucks, I'm going to do it. You're with Zach? I don't care.
Zach and Craig, actually.
All right, I don't care. So, I know the question, but I'm going to need you to repeat it without all the stuttering and stammering because I don't want to. All I heard was Zach go, "That's not what he said." All right, dude, relax.
Well, Zach was kind of nervous to ask you, so I'll ask for you, Zach. It's okay. I'll help you out. He's always looking out for his best interest. That's it, dude. All right. Want me to start now?
You can start whenever. It's been recording the whole time.
Okay. Out of these 4, within a certain order, who do you hate the most? And I kind of have an idea. And if I'm right, you're going to owe me 3 subscribes, like a Patreon or something like that. Or people say. All right. It's between Dave Grohl. I already forgot. I've already stuttering. Dave Grohl. Not Portnoy. Dave Portnoy. That's going to be number 1. Jack Black. Oliver, dude, with their country music. That sings about ho-hos and shit.
All right. So for those that couldn't hear, because this is just on speaker. All right. So they want to know, out of these 4 people who I hate the most, it was Dave Grohl, Dave Portnoy, Oliver and I hate my life, and I cried twice, that fucking idiot. And who was the other one? Jack Black? So Jack Black, I'm going to take off the table. I don't hate him. I think he's fake. I think he's...
guess that it's Dave Portnoy first, Oliver second, Jack Black third, and then Dave Grohl fourth.
Oh, okay. So it's not who I hate the most. I'm ranking this. Okay. So my ranking, number 1 is 100% Dave Portnoy. I think I like the other of these guys. I'll explain in depth, but Dave Portnoy, I just don't think he's actually a good person, probably. So he's number 1. Number 2 is that country dork who was just complaining about people eating. I don't really know what the fuck his problem is.
That's where you kind of shut me up, Chris. And I'm like, Chris, I don't know. I kind of like it. And 2 months later, I'm like, Oliver, the guy that said ho-hos and shit. Everybody forgot his fucking name.
So that's up 2. Fuck that guy. Number 3 would have to be Jack Black, even though I don't hate these last 2 guys. I'll explain. Jack Black's number 3 because I have to put him there. He annoys me more than Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl would be number 4. So Jack Black, I don't hate him. I just think he can't turn it off. I think when he's at home, he's still just shirtless with a fucking bow tie, air guitaring. It's like, dude, it's fucking midnight. Go to bed.
You don't think he has like a Chris Farley approach on it? That when he gets home and all the cameras are off, he just falls in his bed and just, fetal position.
I wish he was Chris Farley because he would be dead. But no, he just can't turn it off. And I'm kidding. I wish he was dead. Yeah, I don't know if he sleeps. I don't know if he sleeps. I think the dude just lays there with his eyes open and just fucking air guitars. That's his sleep.
Imagine, like,
And yeah, good luck.
candle and he's screaming across the table and shit.
And Dave Grohl, I just think he's too good of a guy. I think he's got skill. I think he's like did something really bad. I think he's got skeletons in his closet. It's fucking annoying. You're not that good of a guy. Not everybody can bring a fucking terminally ill kid on stage and be like, play the drums for me, and the kid's all of a sudden good at fucking drums. No, he's not a.
There's always, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
The are always there, and it's always perfect.
yeah, no, he's got something. He's like fucking Keanu. There's to both of them. Man. I'm gonna figure it out one day. But yeah, fuck Dave Portnoy and his fucking pizza reviews.
So like, out of these four, would you rather have an interview with Dave Grohl for like an hour of questions of your choice, unprovoked, he doesn't know the questions, or would you rather kick Dave Portnoy in the nuts?
So I'll interview if Dave Portnoy hears this. Forget everything I said. If you want to even come on for an hour, like you'll give me views. I don't care. I'll interview anybody. Dude, if I got Dave Grohl on, I would got him on. I'd MK Ultra and make him finally confess all those goddamn skeletons in his closet. That's what I would do with Dave Grohl. Fuck that guy. All right, well, that's all I got. And this should probably get about one clip alone a few thousand views, so that'll help me out.
Yeah, that's good. Honestly, one thing I like too is because I know Oliver, the ho-ho singing guy, is actually making a new album. So what I'll do is I'll send this to him because, you know, he does himself. Everyone, you know, talks about him and he responds to every single message you send him no matter what. So I'm going to send this clip and I want to hear his partake on this message.
It's hilarious that
for artists, you know?
It's very funny because anybody who knows you don't know how to just clip one part of a thing and send it to anybody. So go fuck yourself. Yeah. How do you clip it? No, come on, walk me through how to clip it. Oh, man. So it's been an ongoing thing. The reason he asked me that, and now that I'm not yelling on a phone, I can really explain it. So he always sends me, like, when I'm driving especially, which sounds bad, but it's not like distracted driving. It'll be like if I'm in a parking lot or something, parking the vehicle. He'll send me like voices to do and stuff. And Dave Portnoy came up one day, and I was like, "Ah, fuck that guy," and like, I don't, whatever. Like, I just don't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just seems like a kind of piece of shit. In general, he's a bitch. Like that whole thing with Justin Gaethje, where they were going back and forth online, and then Portnoy went on Rogan and was like, "Is he like gonna beat me up?" And it's like, shut up, dude. If he does, you deserve it. Yeah, that country guy, I've talked about him on here. If you listen, you know. If you don't, I just think it's hilarious. This song should just be called Pandering because that's all he was doing. You know, he said all the trigger words. He said the welfare, and he said the fucking whole like the welfare. No, it was like, oh, I work hard and don't get paid enough. People on welfare are overeating. It's just like every trigger word you could have done, he did. So I just think he's pandering. Jack Black just annoys me. I don't hate him. I don't understand why he thinks I hate everybody that I complain about. He thinks I hate, which is insane because then I would just be like, I complain about everything. So I would be like the biggest hater if that was the case. I just don't think Jack Black can turn it off. And I think it's annoying. You know, when he like went viral for like the WAP video and shit. And it's like, dude, relax. We get it. It's funny. But let's calm down with the fucking Jack Black. Every single time something happens, he has to get involved. And it's fucking always shirtless. It's like Bert Kreischer. Put your fucking shirt on, dude. And then Dave Grohl is just too good of a guy. He did something wrong. I don't know what it was, but he did something wrong, and one day we'll solve it. So that's how we'll open with that, I guess. I was going to talk about just like, this is new, huh? This little room. It's, the walls are wrecked. This is a very old room. You can see, I don't know if that's like paint splatter, but you can see it. Like, it's like holes in the wall. I don't know, paneling. That's going to all be coming down soon. You'll notice this will be semi-permanent for a few months. You'll notice this will be the background and whatnot. And then once we officially get into the new space, it'll be no paneling, paint, shit hanging up on the wall. Look good. So, but for now, I got myself a nice little quiet room. I don't have to move my desk around like I was complaining about before. So I'll be happier to do these solo episodes, and they might even go a little bit longer now because I'll be looking forward to it a little bit more. It's just I don't like the idea of like, especially a computer. You know, you don't want to unhook a fucking computer. You're unhooking it constantly, hooking it back up, trying to get the camera in the right spot, the lighting in the right spot, all the shit in the right spot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of just being in this space for now. Come in, sit down, turn it on, and go. So that'll be good. Yeah, he's so fucking. Literally, he sent me that message. It was him and Zach. And he goes, Zach has a question for you. And Zach goes, what? No, I don't. So, like, I believe Zach 100% over Jake about everything. Jake will turn everything into a troll no matter what. It's like, I'll ask him a serious question just because I want the answer. And he thinks I'm trolling. It's like, dude, I just want to know the fucking answer. And I can't even, it'll be like to fact check something. Like, I'll be talking to Zach, for example. And I'm like, let me talk to Jake and see if he can remember. And I'll ask Jake, and because he wants to be the centerpiece of the story, he'll be like, "No, that was me that did that." And it's like, "All right, fuck off, dude." You know. The biggest example of that recently. So when we were younger, and we weren't kids at all, we were, over 16, obviously, because we were driving around. We were just younger. We drive around and just fuck with people, but not like violently. The big thing was just playing music really loud and yelling out to people, but we weren't yelling out like obscenities or anything. It would just be like, if you guys see my chicken and stupid stuff like that. The funniest thing was Jake, and it wasn't even me. They stole a basketball from these kids that were playing, and then every single day, every day, this is where I got involved. We would drive by them. We get your ball. It's like, give me my ball back. They're playing with another ball, by the way. They already have a new one. Like that was the big thing. Jake would have a bit where he would wear sunglasses and he would pull up next to people and look at them and say, have you seen my seeing eye raccoon? And they'd be like, what? And he's like, my seeing eye raccoon. They're like, no. And he's like, thank you. And then he put it in reverse and looked forward like he was driving straight and then just slammed. So like we would all, I don't know, really stupid stuff. But at first I wasn't really into doing that. I was like, this is stupid. You guys are corny. I would just laugh. And then one day I wanted to get involved. And this guy was walking up a hill and we were driving. So I just rolled my window down and I just went, boo, just like that. Like, wasn't loud or anything. And the dude jumped so high and like so hard that like when I was like, all right, I'm hooked. I'm into it now. And that's why I started getting involved. And I was telling Zach and Chris this story. And I was like, oh, let me see if Jake remembers this. So I messaged Jake and I asked him. And he goes, yeah, I do remember doing that. And I'm like, bro, you were driving. It's like, no, I remember doing that. It's like, I can't fucking I just want to see for once if you could like back me up on something, and you can't do it. He has troll 24/7 on his fucking mind. But it is entertaining because, like I said, I'll if I have like drives and stuff and multiple stops because I work in a warehouse and I'm like delivering stuff to people or I'm picking stuff up for people. He'll just give me something to do because the dude would be like, give me Alex Jones and Stephen Hawking arguing over the last slice of pizza. And then I'll just do it. I wonder, I'd have to find one of the clips. One of the funniest ones was just me going off as Alex Jones talking about how anime was created to make people gay. Because he was like, do you know the anime was created by the Japanese during the war? And I was like, yeah, it was to emasculate men and turn us all gay. And like, it was like a whole minute and a half rant that if you heard it, you'd be like, this doesn't sound too far-fetched, but it's also fucking insane at the same time. So I'll try to find that clip and I'll post it. If I do find it, it'll be at the end of this video. It'll take me a little bit of digging, so I'm not sure if I will. But if not, just know I do a pretty good Alex Jones when I'm ripping and roaring, dude. Right now I'm not ripping and roaring. I'm drinking a fucking coffee that's mostly creamer. I put a little too much in. It's not bad, but it's definitely too much. Holidays are coming up, so I try to think, because like it's weird. This is what I want to talk about. So it's really weird because, and this isn't to sound like shitty toward my dad, but he was never the guy that had to do like the Christmas shopping and stuff. And as you guys know, my mom like just recently passed right before holidays, so like it's very weird to me to still get the text that's like, hey, I'm Christmas shopping for your son. Like, I already kind of got an idea. And it's like the shit like that. I'm like, I'm 30. I'll be 31 this month. And that's in the text. If you would have sent me two texts 5 years ago and you were like, determine which one's not from your dad. And that was one of the options. And it was like $1 million question. I'd be like, at no point in my life is that a text from my dad. No way. And I would have lost a fucking $1 million because that dude, he's always been, he's an involved dad. He's an involved grandfather. He brought up birthday presents for my son that my mom did buy before she passed a couple months, last 2 months ago. Sorry. And like just stuff like that. But he was never the guy to go out shopping and grab the stuff. Even if he had ideas like that he thought I would like, he would tell my mom, and she would ask me like, "Oh, Dad saw this thing. He thought you might like it. Would you like it?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." Like I don't know, but like he was never the guy. I can't picture him grocery shopping. I can't picture him like toy shopping. It's very like obviously it's sad, but it is really funny at the same time to just picture him doing like just the everyday things because like he's not like this social guy. It's not like he wouldn't go to the store and like grab stuff, but just picturing him with like a full cart walking, like grabbing stuff off the shelf and putting it in is hilarious to me. Um, so like those are texts that I had not really used to, and he just recently sent me one, which made me think about it. And then I was just thinking about like Christmas in general. Like my memory's so shot. Like the most obviously like so I didn't live with my parents for a while. Like I've been out of the house since like 14, 15 years old. But like Christmas Eve, I would still go and sleep over their house and like wake up on Christmas with them. I did that till I was about 19, I think. Maybe a little sooner, but I think it was like 19, maybe 20. I don't know. 18 and 20 pretty much. And like I have memories of those, but like as a kid, the biggest like Christmas memory I have a South Park family since like the shit came out. Literally, since like the shit came out, we've been I don't know if they still are as much, but like when I was younger, I remember watching it and really liking it. Obviously, I still like it now. I have a South Park tattoo or theme tattoo on my leg. Um, but like the like most memorable Christmas thing I have was like I remember coming out rather, and I looked at the tree, and like under there was like a Cartman stuff, like a big Cartman stuff thing. It was probably like I don't know 2 feet maybe ish, maybe a little less, foot and a half. And then there was a Kenny one, and they were like just these stuffed like characters, and it was hilarious. And like after that, like I don't really remember much. We always had Christmas, obviously. We were always big on like having a real tree, and we always had like presents and whatnot. But like I don't remember any of that shit. I'm so bad with my memory. But I brought that up because like it's weird. I mean, when did this come out? It was 90s something. So let me see. I was born in 1992. Was the first South Park 95? South Park air date. No, 99 probably. 97. All right, so right between the two, I thought. So 1997. So like from when I was like 5 years old on, I've been all about South Park. And the main reason for that, we see like clips of it circulate now. It's like South Park gets away with everything, but they make fun of everything. That's why. You're not like, oh, these guys are scumbag pieces of shit. Because most of the shit they do make fun of, especially now, is like the same shit that like your hard left leaning liberals, like they would make fun of the same shit. It's just they do it in such like a vulgar way that it almost seems like they're not on your side, but they're literally just like, if you exist, whether you're right, left, Asian, white, like if you're anything, you've been made fun of by South Park. And like I always enjoyed that, especially as somebody who just likes comedies, because when you would do stand up, like it was never about offending anybody, but you also couldn't limit yourself. You know what I mean? Like if you were to write a joke, you're like, oh, is this gonna offend somebody? It's like, who cares about that? Is it funny? Because if it's funny, it doesn't matter. If it's funny, people will laugh. Just don't, you can't go out there and say the N-word because nobody's gonna fucking laugh at that. You need to be funny about if you're gonna be like racy. If you're going to be edgy, you have to make it funny. So, and I always thought South Park did a good job with that. And I remember, so Bigger, Longer, and Uncut came out. That was 1999. We rented that probably 2001, 2002. And like the South Park on TV is pretty watered down. It's not necessarily, but like you can't say fuck on TV. You can't. Unless it was like when Comedy Central would do like the after 10 p.m. thing, they would have like the full swears, but you couldn't really go like hard. And when Bigger, Longer, Uncut came out, we rented it. And I remember we were watching it in the back room. It was me. I want to say one of my brothers were there. I don't think Todd was there. He probably was like hanging out with my mom somewhere. And my dad was out and he came home and it was on and he heard it. And he goes out to my mom. He goes, what the fuck are they watching? And she's like, what? Just South Park. He's like, This ain't fucking regular South Park. I was fucking dying because he came in, he shut it off on us. It's not like, literally that sentence. What the fuck are they watching? Like how they talk. Like we lived in a swearing household. Like it wasn't like I wasn't familiar with swearing, and I was swearing probably by then with like my friends, obviously not my fucking parents, but like to for my mom to just be like, yeah, here's South Park, watch it. It's normal because we're so used to it. And then my dad overhears actually what it is, and it's like, this isn't the normal fucking South Park. And if you watch that movie now, that's kind of the point, because that's what is it? Mom's getting pissed at fucking Terrence to Phil. Like they always tie in the shit. They knew exactly what they were doing with that fucking movie. And then, what is it when Cartman had to like just swear nonstop? I think it was at the end. They literally knew what they were doing. It's fucking hilarious to watch it back now. But I don't know. That was like the most just. I don't. We just went on a fucking rant about South Park, but that's literally like the most. It's insane the things that stick out. And I actually, what was it, last Christmas? I think I got my wife like a cutout Butters from South Park, and I had it like sticking out under the tree. So it was like a funny homage to like what we did, just without like the stuffed things. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird the things that like stick with you from like a kid to now, because I have all these other Christmases and I don't remember really shit. I have birthdays and I don't remember shit. But like you remember just that weird oddity thing. I think my mom also brought that up a lot because she was proud of her fucking self with it. So that's probably another reason why that's the one that sticks out to me. But it is interesting. I know I keep talking about guests. We have one confirmed and booked for next week's episode. I'm excited to have him on. He's the co-host of Dudesy. It's Chad Colchin. Him and Will Sasso have a podcast called Dudesy. He also has a couple other podcasts. He's a writer, a funny guy, obsessed with the fucking Bachelor. So I'm interested to talk to him. I got a couple questions from people who are familiar with him and Dudesy, who it's tough because so what he did is he invited everybody to, if you have a podcast, he'll go on it. And I emailed him back in July, I think it was. And he just got back to me last week. So, and he's been saying like, I'm booked. There's like a 6-month queue. It's probably longer now if you were to email him because of how popular that show is now. But, what was I going to say? So I'm talking to him this weekend and his episode will be out next week. What the fuck was I saying before that? This is going to drive me nuts. So I emailed him. It took from July. Wow. I really can't think of what I was going to say because I went off a fucking tangent. The podcast. Oh, there it is. So the thing that makes it tough is he only gives you 20 minutes. And I don't blame him because he does 3 at a time. So he'll do mine and 2 others. I don't know the order. But he only does 3 at a time. And he gives you 20 minutes apiece. So it'll be a full-length episode probably because me and him will try to fill the full 20 minutes. And then I'll probably do an additional, just what I'm doing now. Just ramble, talk, converse with you guys. And then put that out. So I'm looking forward to having a good like hour-ish episode again and with a guest. And it's with a guest that I think will be interesting. He's well-known enough where it should intrigue a lot of people. And he's an interesting guy. So that'll be fun. If you have any questions for Chad and you know his work, you're familiar with him, then send him over. If you're not familiar with him, listen to Dudesy and get a couple episodes deep before our episode comes out next Thursday. I have literally 2 days to do this, so you're probably not going to. And then you can send some questions over. Or just send me questions. I don't give a fuck. Go to chewintheragpod@gmail.com or join the Discord, which is at chewintherag.com. Website is finally updated. I know I kept saying it. I took the Halloween merch down, added the Discord. New merch is hopefully coming soon-ish. I gotta have some people draw me some things that I have some ideas for. Looking forward to that. But yeah, we got our little space here. We got fucking some guests coming up. I've also got Terrence Parsons, who's Michael Parsons' brother. He wants to come on, and we're just going to talk ball and mostly talk shit probably, but talk ball. And then just go from there. Let me see. Trump posted an article on Truth Social that said he has become a gangster hero to young black men in ghetto areas because of his criminal indictments. Bro, I don't know if that's true, but if he did say that, that's fucking insane to even come out and just like confidently. Truth Social's got to be a fucking insane like social media platform. I've never checked it out. I don't know if you can just go scroll it without joining it, but goddamn, that has to be fucking the most wild place. I'm just looking at like current event shit going on. Fucking Eagles got blown out, thank Christ. We got Christmas coming up, I guess, thank Christ. The build up to Christmas, I think I talked about this last week. The build up to holidays is so much fucking better than just like the actual. It's just cleanup after that, you know? December 25th comes around, and then by the fucking January 1st, it's like, all right, take everything down. That's also something I'm excited to talk to Chad about is the Dude's Evening shit. So my birthday is the 28th, and Dude's Evening, which I'll let him explain all this, is also the 28th. So that'll be just a fun little conversation. But just wanted to keep you guys in the loop, get an episode out there. We're at about 30-minute mark. I know I talked about some segments before, and I am going to do them, but I have to like kind of plan it out. I have a couple. This is mostly Jake. He sends me brainstorm prank calls because we're 15. Do people find prank calls funny still? I don't know if they do. I feel like nowadays people will be like, that's somebody's business. Like you need to stop. It's like it's fun. I'm not harming them. I'm tying up their phone line. They'll be fine. Get the fuck out of here. I feel like people might be sensitive to the disruption of businesses, but this is not the podcast for you then, because we're disruptive. It is what it is. We're not harmful. We're just disruptive. I've always been, even like today. So this is just an example of being a disruptive guy. So the warehouse I work in, my job, one of the jobs I have is I have to bag like rock wool, these ember things. They're flammable things. So there's two types, gray and there's black. The black embers are very like, they leave your hand black, your face turns, it's like ash. It's what it feels like. And then we have the nice clean gray green embers, which the guys prefer. Now, my job isn't to give you what the fuck you prefer. My job is to just bag what's there. So if there's an open bag of black embers, that's what I'm bagging. I'll fucking bag the green shit when these ones run out. Now, one of the little ferrets were bitching. One of the guys were bitching about nobody's bagging the green embers, but there's a bag of black embers here. And I was like, I'll bag them. Jesus Christ. So I went and I grabbed them, bagged them up, and they were outside at like their vans talking, and I loudly like crumpled up the bag so they heard me crumpling it. And one of the guys looks over, he goes, "Oh, you bagged the black? Oh, you bagged the embers? Oh, you bagged the black embers just for him?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure did." It's just like little shit like that. Like, if you're gonna sit here and bitch, bag your own shit. What do you want me to tell you? Like, I don't give a fuck. Just little shit like that. Just stop being a dickhead. That's all. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna be a dickhead, but I'm gonna have fun with it and just do not harmful things, but little annoying things just for you. And that's my whole MO, baby. All I want to do is all I ever did was just make people laugh and hang out. And that made me laugh. And then when I told Austin about it, that made him laugh. And we had a laugh. So it is what it is. What are you going to do? Get mad? You're going to go fucking tell the boss? I don't give a fuck. That's fucking stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Everybody has like that guy at their job, though, the guy that's like, does it complain? Like, there's nothing really to complain about, dude. Chill. It's not a big deal. The shit got done. You're fucking complaining about nothing. I'm complaining about it right now. I don't bring work home with me ever. I don't think about this guy. It was just like, because we're talking about prank calls and like little annoyances. Like that to me, that's who I am. That little annoyance, just, he didn't hurt anybody, but goddamn, that was fucking annoying that he just did that. Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm not like bragging about it. It's not like, I'm not a douchebag. I don't go out of my way to be a dickhead to these guys, and I will bag the other shit that they want. But before I do, I'm going to have fun with it in my way because I know it annoys you. And if I got to be stuck in this fucking job and you're annoying me, I'm going to annoy you. And that's just, it is what it is. Now I'm signing off. Go to chewintherag.com for merch, platform links, w.gg, use promo code Chewin at checkout, and be on the lookout for Chad coming up and a couple other guests who should be coming up after that. Might be some solo stuff sprinkled in between, but we are starting to book these guys, and I know I keep saying that, and then shit falls through, and then blah, 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 blah. So I don't even tease people by name anymore, even though I just kind of did, but that's not really a tease. It's booked. I know we tease people, and then it falls through, and then it's like, this guy's never going to have a guest again. I promise I am. I promise. So bear with me. All right. So looking back at that message, it was definitely not Alex Jones. It was me doing a fake rant. And it was about the Japanese weaponizing or creating anime. It was creating it was Astro Boy. And it was how the Japanese created that to emasculate men during the war and spread gay propaganda. I'm not going to share that here because it is in my regular voice. And I don't say anything bad, but I'm not having that just out there. It sounds fucking insane. So at least if it was Alex Jones, it would sound like some sort of parody. But in my own voice, I was like, yeah, that just sounds like I agree with this, and I'm not doing that. So not going to do that. But I will give you just an example of what we do. So this was a UPS driver interacting with a customer if porn was actually realistic. Hang on.
A UPS driver and a housewife if porn was actually realistic. This is him scanning the package. Oh, I can take that. Do I need to sign for it? No need. It's all taken care of. Thanks. I wish I was more taken care of. Yeah, well, don't we all? It's just been one of those days. You betcha. Is there any way I could tip you? What are you thinking? I've got coffee inside if you'd like a cup of joe. I was hoping it'd be more worth my time. Well, how about this? $10. That'll cover lunch. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a good day. You as well, man.
So fucking stupid. So like literally that's all it is. It would just be like introducing what it is and then just going right into it. Or he'll send me something. He'll be like, all right, now give me this, and then I'll go into it. That's just an example. I should really like compile these things and just make one long because, dude, there's like a bunch of these, and they are actually pretty funny. But this episode's done. If you guys are still here, fucking, you're insane. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.